Well, good day and welcome once again to Moments with Dr. Steve. I'm Dr. Steve Bonenberger, and we are grateful that you are here. We're grateful for life itself. We're grateful for the fact that we get a chance to try it again today. There is much going on behind the camera here, um, and the piece I want you to know is that your life matters greatly. Your life matters, and if you don't get anything else today, the piece that you need to embed and emblazon in your mind, in your soul, is that you have value and that your story has value. Now today we're going to be working through the Writer's Covenant composition and compilation. We have lots that's going on behind the scenes here with this great work of literature. I want to remind you that we're at a place in our development where we want you to get to what my daughter calls extreme clarity. And extreme clarity, all of us are going to have to get here really quickly. If you would have told me that this president was and his administration was going to literally slaughter millions of people's careers and send millions of people to the unemployment line, I'd have said, you're not telling the truth. But boy, was I mistaken. And you can, and I've heard people say, well, he's inherited. I don't know. But what I do know is there are a lot of people bleeding lots of money in this economy. And I happen to be one of them, by the way. I'm not exempt or I'm not immune. And I don't have, economic impunity, but I would just say to you that your solve has got to be to write your story. And your story starts with clarity. And clarity is how you begin to forestall, if you will. You remember that old story of when you're about to, lose the rope, tie a knot around the end and hold on. Your story will help you forestall the free fall that you are feeling. Eventually, your soul will begin to find some ways to begin to recover clarity. We want you to have honest conversation with yourself. We want you to be at a place where that you begin to refuse to lie to yourself any longer. Internal dialogue. You have to begin to pay attention to the voice that is inside of you. I happen to believe that the voice that is inside of you is the voice of God. It is the voice of reason. It is the voice of clarity. And there are days it can be the voice of clairvoyance, because I do believe that that voice will create compass headings for you. And you'll begin to notice a pathway out of the misery or out of the confusion are out of the disturbance. And I do believe that that happens through writing, quizzical and inquisitive. I'm asking you to be curious in this season. I'm asking you to speak the necessity of curiosity into your life. I'm asking you to no longer bury this inner compulsion that you are feeling and to let that become an internal combustion engine. I'm going to say that again. I'm asking you to no longer bury the voice that is inside of you that I believe is the voice of God. And I'm asking you to no longer bury that inner compulsion, because I really believe that is your internal combustion engine. Now, in day one, we talked about introductions and outtakes. In day two, we did some forecasting, and we gave you some ideas about how to create some interconnected moments and to start casting aside the hindrances that were holding you back. And on day three, we gave you some real clear ideas for creating internal harmony. And internal harmony comes from contemplation and reflection. It comes from noodling and doodling. And then it comes from composition and creative wandering. And then we talked about a separate piece, didn't we? And we talked about helping you to declare a separate piece and to establish an Independence Day, and for your reconstruction to start on your Independence Day. When you say enough, when you say basta, when you say my life matters, and when you decide that your material matters and that you work towards it, whether you get rich or you get poor, but you plow into that thing that is inside of you and you give that voice. And then, of course, we have gone over the covenant a few times, and we'll return to it often. Because for me, the covenant is it's the magic dust, okay? For me, it is magical and it is mystical. I believe those things are true. And then defining work. My ending postscript for you today is your story, your life source, your personal revitalization comes as you write your tale. Your past woundedness, your fetters, your shackles, your bitterness, your laziness will be broken when you begin to actually do the hard work. Force, life force, your inner tug, your inner pull. My strong belief is that the driving compulsion inside of you is real, and that you did not make it up, and you didn't fabricate it, and you didn't gin it up from someplace. But I believe it is the deposit, the holy deposit of the Spirit of God. And I'm asking you today to not ignore it. I'm asking you today to fortify it. I'm asking you today to plow into it. And I believe that then and only then will your life begin to take the direction, and you'll be able to tack into the wind that you're supposed to be using as your life force. If you want to talk to us, go to thoughtpros.com and pick up the storyline there. If you don't, it's okay. Just listen to the material, let it do its work in your life, and start to write today. Till next time, this is Moments with Dr. Steve, and I am Dr. Steve Bonenberger. Travel far, my friend. Travel far.